Hey guys, how are we doing today? My name is Dalton. Welcome back to another video. As you can tell by the title and of course the time of year, it has officially been 1 whole year since we quit nicotine. And by nicotine, I mean vaping. I was addicted for 3.5 years-ish, vaping every single day, constantly. And we've officially been without it for an entire year. Kind of crazy to say. I don't think I made an update video since 6 months ago. I think I made a 1 month, a 3 month, and a 6 month. To be completely honest with you, not much has changed from that 6 month video, but I do know a few people are following along on the journey. And so I thought I'd update you with the 1 year video. It's kind of funny in this whole world of usually when people relapse and go back to being addicted, they will hit a vape on their 1 year anniversary, a celebratory hit. So one thing we're not doing here. When I thought about what I would talk about in this video, I wasn't exactly sure just because I've already stated all of it previously. Not much has changed, to be honest with you, as far as nicotine is concerned for the last 6 months. Cravings come and go. I'm addicted to gum now. That is one thing I've realized, because when I was quitting, I was either chewing sunflower seeds or chewing gum. And after I eat food or after I take a drink, I usually crave gum. And when I don't have the gum, I get a little antsy. And so that's one big thing I think I've noticed since quitting is I've replaced the nicotine addiction with a gum addiction. Could be worse, right? It's a malsensation, you know what I mean? Doing something with your mouth at all times. Pause. But no, when I was thinking about what to talk about in this video and realizing I've already talked about majority of the side effects, the cravings, everything I went through over the past year, I think that the quitting nicotine part is a huge accomplishment, but I think what comes along with the quitting nicotine is my biggest achievement that I've made on this journey. Around 2 years ago, when I first tried to quit, I was in a very dark place. It was during the summertime. I had no school. I just barely quit streaming for the first time. Wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do with YouTube. Wasn't sure what I was doing in school. I quit my 5-year-long job at McDonald's, and I was doing basically nothing except vaping and attempting DoorDash to make money. So an entire summer I spent in this room doing nothing except vaping and having panic attacks. I know when I talk about it, I sound a little lighthearted because that's how you have to be now looking back on it. But at the time, it was the lowest I've ever been. And that was really the driving factor as to why I decided to quit. I hated who I was. I hated what I was doing. I hated that I had no purpose. And most importantly, I hated that I was a slave to nicotine and a slave to the anxiety. It was a very rough time, but it was the initial push I needed to finally do what I was going to do. For a long time, I would just say I was going to do stuff. I said I was going to quit nicotine. I said I was going to go to the gym. I said I was going to take YouTube seriously, but I never actually did these things. I just talked and continue to talk, right? But a year ago around this time, I finally decided to change that. And quitting nicotine was the first step. Because when you're a vapor, you kind of build into your identity, right? You think that I need this. I need the next hit. I need to buy a vape. I need to do it here. I need to do it there. And it becomes a part of who you are. You think you can't live without it. You try to quit. But every time you try to quit, it's so hard because you need it, right? So once you actually quit and successfully get rid of it, kind of shatters your identity. And it brings to light a few things you didn't know actually existed. And also because it shatters your identity, it gives you a chance to rebuild and to become someone different. And it's that first initial hope to being able to change, right? So I did it. I quit. And over the past year, I can successfully say it was the best year of my life. And I think I've accomplished the most in this last year and become somebody that I never was before. The person who I was a year ago is completely different to now. And I know it'll be the same way in a year from now. But as I progressed over this journey, I've realized things that once weren't possible have now become possible, if that makes sense. When you vape or smoke, you're pausing time, right? You're filling your time with inhaling nicotine, and your life slowly becomes a timeline of when you'll get your next hit. You wake up, you hit the vape. You go shower, you hit the vape afterwards. You go eat, you hit the vape after. And your life goes on slowly in these increments with slight pauses to hit nicotine. When you take that away, you realize how much more important moments are and how much more meaningful they can be. And I can successfully say that this year was a year of moments. Created a friend group of like-minded people who all have the same goals, working out, self-progression, and overall just enjoying life. I started going to the gym. At the beginning of the year, I weighed 155. I'm now at 185. We're in bulk season. Cut season's coming soon. I joined a fraternity. And you might be thinking, why would you join a fraternity if you're trying to quit smoking? Since joining that fraternity, I made even more friends. I've acquired an internship through the international headquarters in graphic design, something I like doing. I'm now on their executive committee, running their Instagram, something I do here, right? Social media. I actually took YouTube seriously. I gained 45,000 followers on TikTok. I'm going to the world border on a flying machine. Something silly, but it gets the job done. Plus it's fun. I work part-time as a video editor. I was able to direct a short film. I went to Africa. And most importantly, I did all of this no longer as a slave. I am now in control of my life and I do what I need to do. And my mind doesn't run who I am and nicotine doesn't force me to pause time. It has been a year. It's going to be a hard one to beat, but 2024 is going to be just as heat because I'm going to make it I'm going to graduate college. That'll be crazy. And then after that, we'll see where life takes us, right? Whether you've been following this journey along with me or you're just here to see what it's like a year later, quitting nicotine was by far the best decision I've ever made. As I said, it's kind of like a precursor to everything else that follows. But most importantly, it instills discipline and teaches you that you can change, even if you don't want to. Would I change anything? No. Do I regret being addicted to nicotine? No. Do I wish I would have quit earlier? Of course, because I'd be a little further along than I am now. There have been times over the past year where it'll be in front of me, it'll be presented to me, and for whatever reason, there's still a slight voice in the back of my head that says it'd be easy to partake in it, but thankfully I'm disciplined enough to not, and I know that it'll do nothing for me except harm me. Thank you for being on this journey with me. I probably won't make another video like this just because it's kind of pointless now. It's irrelevant. I quit. It's been a year. We celebrated. And now on to bigger and better things. If you like this kind of lifestyle content, let me know. I can create more of it. I just don't know what to do. In the meantime, check out my other channels. XO Reacts, I react to things. The Neighbors, my parents react to music. XO, that's where I'm going to the world border. It's heat. And I'm now live streaming on Kick/It's Exotic. Check it out there. It's all in fun and it's a good time. Other than that, thank you boys. I love you all. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.